Well, I've probably had lots over my lifetime, but I think the really biggie was when I was going from being in youth work to going to a church plant. And God said as clear as, he said, so you're going to do it your way or my way this time? And I thought, that's a bit rude, God. What are you really saying here? There's a lot of things I can do by myself, but he said, if you want to plant a church, you better start relying on me. So ever since then, it's kind of been, you know what? I really need you, and I'm going to rely on the Spirit of God to do the most exciting work that he can wherever I am. So that was a really defining moment. Second one was when I went from a 97% Aussie core, which was a great plant that God grew significantly, to a probably total opposite, because it was a big core in the middle of Sydney that really had to do the shift to a multicultural core. So I loved that space, and I never knew that I would, but it began with a couple of Africans coming along, and then God sent more and more and more. And by the time I left there were 26 different nations attending. I just got this absolute heart for the people of the nations. So I now find it very odd if I'm not in a space where there are not people of the nations. So having served in Papua New Guinea, having seen what happened at Auburn, I always think, this is a gift to us. How do we look after the people who come here? And then how do we give back to the nations of the world? So that was really, really defining for me. And the third one was probably a fairly sad one for me. So that was when my mum had dementia, and she used to ring me in Papua New Guinea and say, when are you coming home? And I said to God, look, I'm not going to make an emotional decision, but you tell me if it is the right time to go home. And I used to jog around the compound every night. And as I'd jog laps, I'd pray for different things, different people. And one night, I can tell you the spot where God just stopped me. He said, Miriam, it's okay to go home to your mum now. But he also said, never worry about a position, never worry about a rank. Just go home and be an apostle of love, and everything will be fine. I cannot tell you what those couple of years meant to me, to be around my mum and to invest in her life and to love her to bits, but also for my dad as well. And I've always learned to listen to what the Spirit says, and you never regret that.